y'all? Welcome to another episode of Mommy Needs a Break. It's a podcast for new moms who don't have it all together because we don't have it together. I'm one of your hosts, Megan Thomas, at Meg Scoop everywhere.
And I am Marisa Johnson, and she is Marisa J. Make sure to follow our podcast at MNAB Podcast, and make sure to check out our website, nnabpodcast.com. You can sign up for our Patreon. We have merch there. So check us out.
Yes, it's all in the links below if you guys are watching this. Okay, so you guys know we're new to the Zoom calls. We've added that because we still want to have this great and amazing podcast during the stay-at-home orders that are, I would say they'll probably get lifted soon in like a month or two.
I'm not going outside. I'm still not going outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody else catch that first wave of air. Y'all get that first. But of course, we got a great show today. We're talking about some of the stuff that's happening around the country with like police brutality. We're talking to a couple of professional boxers that you see right here. We've got some Ain't No Shames. So let's get into it. Now, you see this beautiful black love couple. They are both professional boxers. They have 2 children together. They have a business together. Y'all give it up for Jayleon Love and Latondria Jones. Thank y'all for joining us. How are you guys holding up in the quarantine?
It's cool.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I don't go anywhere anyway, so it's cool.
Are y'all getting tired of each other yet? Are y'all like, okay, I need to go outside for a minute?
No, I mean, I don't think so. It's all good. It's not even that bad. I don't know. I feel like
it's the travel part for me, but like actually just going outside here in Vegas I'm okay with being home.
I feel like when you live in Vegas, you don't really do all the Vegas things anyway, so it's not really a big deal. Like you stay in your own little area anyway.
Right.
Outside the strip, it's like, you know, it's stretched out. It's not really too much to do for real, to be honest with you. If you're not in the clubs, casinos, you know what I'm saying? If you're not doing any of that, I mean, it's really nothing to do besides be at home. It's too hot here. I don't know. Being at home isn't so bad. You save money. Right. I'm cool with it.
Yep, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Well, let's get into what we got today, Marisa.
Our first segment is Ain't No Shame. It's our mommy confession moments. Today, Megan has an Ain't No Shame, and we don't judge each other. We just it's a time where we're able to vent, get it out. Our shameful moments.
Oh, Chad, I be feeling like my shameful moments.
Yeah, Megan's shameful moments are a lot.
They are. I be on the borderline. They getting ready to call the people. So Mav, my son, is 19 months now. He's almost he's like a little bit past 1.5. He is in that, he's going into the terrible 2. So he's already started the whole, tantrum. I'm gonna lay out. So like, I know you're supposed to do the whole like ignore, like, okay, you over there crying, do your thing. But I be filming it. I think it's hilarious. I just be like, and it makes him mad because he's just like, I want you to give me or do whatever it is that's making me have this tantrum. And I really just be like filming it. Like,
do you ever post it? You have a lot of followers. I don't think you could post that.
No, I have a collection of them. And I feel like I'm going to make this really long video. And then when he's like 15 and he's acting up, I'm going to just play it. I'm going to be like, you know what? Here. This is why you need to listen to what I tell you to do. And he got to sit there and watch the whole thing, tantrum after tantrum after tantrum after tantrum.
Poor Mav.
It is. I was like, should I be filming this or should I be a good parent and do the active ignoring? Is that what it's called? Like
yeah, that's what I do. I ignore everything. I ignore everything.
I don't think I had bad 2s. Mine was like more like bad 7s. Like I had to go up to the school and because my daughter, she was crying because something didn't go her way. And I'm like, she's holding on to the fence. The teacher's like, she won't come to class because she wants to finish her work. And, we have to go to another classroom. And she's just holding on to the fence like, no, I don't want to go. I'm just like, I'm talking about embarrassing me. So at this point, I started crying, like, please, come on. Like, I felt so bad, but then I was like, ooh, once I get you in this car, oh my God, I'm going to tear the skin off that booty. Yeah. That was pretty much I don't remember having terrible twos, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it on this one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Really?
Because True is me. You know, True
I love
is me.
you, Summer.
And I was such a smooth kid. I might have been bad like toward my later years, but I was a cool baby.
How is True as a baby? Is he like very even keel, or is he just a chill baby?
He's active. He wants to see what everything is. It could be the garbage. It could be the pots and pans in the cabinet. It could be the shoes. It could be.
He screams.
Oh yeah, he got to scream, yo. It's so bad. Like,
see, that's a tantrum.
Yeah,
it's not like it's like a singing scream. Like he's happy, but
he just screams. Like he just screams.
But I don't know. You know, he still got that fresh voice, so it's so loud.
I remember when Halo was first born. Terrell was like, I don't know why you get so irritated. Her singing sounds so beautiful. I mean, her crying sounds so beautiful. And I was like, it sounds beautiful. It's like, what? Like, how does that sound beautiful?
Yeah, I mean, especially when you don't have no sleep and, been up all night and
that
working.
Part.
And, oh, my gosh. No, it doesn't at all.
Oh, y'all just wait till True can start saying words. That screaming gonna turn into loud words. Screaming words.
I can't.
Asking a billion questions.
I can't. Wait. I'm looking forward to all of it. I don't care. I'm ready. If it's gonna be bad, then it's gonna be bad. I'm ready.
He's just happy to have his boy.
Right.
That boy energy is different. I will tell you that. Like, they just jump off of stuff, roll, eat the grossest things.
Ew,
boy energy.
He's doing that now. Like, it's so gross. You pick up like everything off the floor. You be like, yo, what are you doing? Food right here.
No, what he does is, all right, you give him something, right? And he'll like smear it on the floor. And then like, I'm like, yo, True, what are you doing?
Yeah, doesn't that make you cringe as a parent?
Yes, it's so nasty.
And they just be like, tangy, I like it.
I wish I had that though. I wish I just, like, babies don't know whether they're doing right or wrong or what's nasty or what's good. They're just like, I'm just doing. I wish I could be that way.
Carefree.
Yeah, why not?
Just eat anything.
Yeah,
you could.
Okay, you want to eat anything? Fine. That'd be kind of weird.
Right. Technically, you could. You know,
right?
Technically. All right, y'all. Let's talk about some mommy tips, some parenting tips. What's up? What you got for us, Marisa?
So, building on my schedule tip a few weeks ago, this seems like super simple, super logical, but I am struggling with it. It could be because I have a 3-month-old baby. But waking up like an hour earlier than normal, I have realized that when I do that, it's so hard for me to wake up now because my sleep is so broken up. But the days that I'm able to wake up an hour earlier, I have so like much clarity in my day. I'm able to pray. I'm able to eat, to drink something, to get dressed, to shower, before everybody wakes up. And then most days when I just wake up when Halo starts screaming to get out of her crib, I'm just frustrated all day because I can't do anything for myself. I'm like, can I eat breakfast? I eat breakfast at like 1. Like, I can't do anything for myself. So I've been trying to, like, self-consciously, like, just get up at 5:45, 6 o'clock, and your day will be better. But because Halo wakes up at 7 in the morning every day. She wakes up at 7 in the morning talking about, give me breakfast, make me oatmeal, I need to go potty, I want to brush my teeth, do my hair for me. Like, it's nonstop.
Yeah.
As soon as she wakes up, my life is, I don't want to say over, it's dramatic, but it's not about me anymore, so trying to find time for myself by waking up earlier is something that would be helpful if I could do it. But I'm still working on it.
Ooh, I feel you. I know that's hard for you right now, Ton, because how often does the baby wake up?
Oh man, like with this breastfeeding thing, he's
Oof.
all through the night. Like he literally like used my nipple as a pacifier.
Mm-hmm.
So once he get like, he like looking for it, and he just sit up with his eyes closed, like, where is it?
I ain't gonna lie. He'd grab me like,
Yeah, he'll like
he'll grab me like this.
Yeah,
that ain't the one. I'm like,
yes.
I got any nipple will do right now. Oh wait, never mind.
Right.
Does he go to sleep with a pacifier?
No, he don't like pacifiers. He never really had. So yeah, and it's kind of a struggle for me because my plan was to wing him off like when he turned 1, but with this quarantine thing, it's like even harder because I'm in front of him at all times.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like, no, and he's crying, and what I'm saying, I'm just like, here you go, gosh.
Shut up.
So it's hard. It's really hard for me right now, and like I can't even cook without him telling my mom, So it's difficult. So I'm kind of going through that right now.
I can definitely see that it's just something he's used to, because I can feed him and he'll go, and she's not here. So she's not here, I can feed him and he'll go through the day. But when he sees her, it's like milk. It's like milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How do I get off of this?
Megan, how did she get off? You did it. I feel like you were breastfeeding Matt forever.
But I was breastfeeding, and I was doing formula. So he was always used to a bottle. Do you ever feed him with a bottle?
He don't like it too much.
See, yeah. So I had to ask from the very beginning. I was like, you got to do both, man. I can't.
I mean, I pump when I can or whatever, but he just rather not take the bottle.
Yeah, I think during the quarantine we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
We're here. This quarantine, he sees her every second of the day, so it makes the winging off ain't really working right now.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
does he got teeth?
Just wait.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, girl.
Yes, I'll be down there about to knock him across the bed. Sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, that hurt, but
I know it is so hard to it's like a reflex. Like somebody,
it is. They be looking at me like,
"What's wrong with you?"
I be like, man, look, that hurt.
Man, he just flew past it like, "What's true?"
You don't understand.
Wait, do you guys do a sippy cup?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
He likes the sippy cup.
He do with water.
No milk.
No milk. I tried to pump and put the milk in the sippy cup. Nah. He's slinging the sippy cup everywhere. He banging on the table, then lick the table. Like it's just like all over. You can't. First of all, you can't waste this type of milk like that.
Right.
This is like gold, so you better take care of that.
God bless you, Tom. You got it. You're
right. That's a lot.
All right.
All the blessings on this one. This is hard to tell.
All right, y'all, it's time to scroll. This is a segment of our show where, as a parent, sometimes you got to get away, go to the bathroom for your phone. You time, but you really scrolling. So let's see what's on the timelines. On my timeline, so I know y'all have seen, it's been so much police brutality. There's I can't even understand. We're in the middle of the pandemic. There's all these stay-at-home orders. Everybody's supposed to be home. So why is there still police brutality? Like, why are y'all finding people to harass? You know what I mean? Like, just in the last few weeks, we've had George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. Not to mention the Karens out here
with the dog.
Yes, trying to justify calling the cops, on somebody and weaponizing that, basically, weaponizing my white privilege to say this black man is hurting, he's threatening me, when you call it, to me, it's just, it makes me scared because, I have a black son too. So it makes me scared. It makes me think, is there even anything we can do to fix this?
It's been going on for so long. I just feel like, it's just more on camera now, but this has been going on for so long,
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it like, how can you stop it? I think about that all the time. Like, I grew up in the country in South Carolina. Like, I was raised there, and I had to deal with racism in early 2000s. I'm like, really? Seriously? Like, like, that's crazy. Like, they pretend to be your friend, but then when you make them mad, they call you a nigger. And not, I had to deal with that type of stuff. And I don't feel like I don't know. I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere.
Doesn't that make you, like, that hurts so bad, right?
Yeah,
when you think about it, because it's like people have been dealing with this since before us, that we dealing with it now. Our kids are going to have to deal with it. Like, it feels hopeless.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta ask yourself. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the last couple of days, it's bothered me. Like, I really been, like, I get on my lives and I talk to people and try to, like, get a different view about it. And it bothers me because one day my son will grow up in this. I'll leave my house and pray to God I come home. You gotta look at it that way. It is weaponized now. To call the cops. Our neighborhood, they'll call the cops on you in a heartbeat over here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that. But the question is, what do you do? How do you change it? Do you, I always tell somebody, if you're not informed and you don't know, if you're not educated, then you don't know how to handle certain situations. Certain situations can happen like that, and so it's hard. You know what I mean? But, should we install, they got all these classes in school that really don't help you in life. What about teaching, these black in these inner cities about the laws and learning that, learning about what they need to know and when they're approached by a police officer, about common law, about the things that they don't have to do and what they have to do. Because a lot of these kids walking up these streets don't know anything. You know what I mean? They know and then our culture of learning who to vote for. You know what I mean? Everybody just knows the president. You got a district attorney. You got all these people in place. If you get the right person in there, when these cops are doing wrong, it's somebody in that place that'll serve a consequence because it don't matter if you got a badge on. Right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? So, I mean, do we act with violence? Obviously, that's not going to help anything. More lives will be lost. I don't know. It's a lot, man. We got to teach y'all got to teach our kids. We got to teach ours that we'll never be equal. I don't care how good you shoot a basketball. I don't care how good you can run and play. You'll never be equal in this society.
Yeah. No, that's real. And you know what? It's funny that you say that because I remember my dad. My dad is like a country big black. He's 260 pounds, 6'5", like just a big old country dark skin man. And I remember the one thing he told me when I was like probably early high school. He was like, yeah, you might be mixed, but do you think anybody's going to see that? Like, you think an officer is going to go, oh, she's only half black, so we'll just, He was just like, no, you need to understand how you're viewed in this country, regardless of what your actual race is. And he was like, on top of that, you got to always work twice as hard no matter what. It doesn't matter how smart you are. Like, you're always going to have that on you. You go, you have to understand that there are years, like the color of your skin represents years of hatred that came before you from this group of people. So it ain't even really about you. But unfortunately, you would now have to deal with what these people have created in this country. So when you walk out of this house, understand that that's on your back every single day of your life. And so, like, that was really impactful for me because at the time I was growing up in a very diverse area. I was like, nobody feels like that anymore. Like, and then our kids, as they get older and they become more global citizens, using the internet and becoming more familiar with technology, they're going to have that idea even more if we don't put it in their head like, hey, read your history, or this is how things actually are. Even if, you have a friends that look like the rainbow.
Right.
I think my dad was the same way. He had 5 girls and 1 boy. And I was talking to Terrell about this last night because Terrell was raised differently for me. He was raised in the riots, South Central Watts, like his family still lived there. And me, I was more in the suburbs life. But my dad, he always instilled, like, you're going to have to work 10 times harder. You guys, and you're a female, and you're Black, you're mixed, it's not going to be the same. And I was talking to Terrell last night about it. And I was saying, he's at a point in his career, I feel like, where he has more control, but he always thinks he has to do more. And I was like, that's something that we were programmed. Like, we always have to do more. They always have to prove ourselves. We always have to multitask. We always have to have 1,000 things in our hat just to show, like, we're worthy, to be in this situation. And I was like, you can relax a little bit, you can come off of that. And I think it's so important right now. I'm glad that I have him in these times. We'll go back to the Black love thing, but it's like, we understand what we're feeling in these moments. And so, we don't have to, like, do you understand this? Do we have to sit down and talk about this? Right. He understands, and then he shares stories with me, and I can, comfort him in those times. But I just think it's interesting that, like, we have the success, we've gotten to this point in our life, but we still feel like we have to do more. We have to prove ourselves to whoever is looking at us. I don't know, that we're worthy still, and that's one thing I don't want to drill into, the girls when they're older. Like, I mean, I might have to, but it hurts to think that I'm going to have to tell them, like, oh, you have to do more. You have to be more, and their counterpartners, are just skating through.
Yeah. And you know what, like, when I think about this question of, like, how do we change this? The truth is, there's nothing we can do, but there's stuff that other races can do, particularly white people, because in this country, oppression and police brutality has been brought upon us through, white people, as far back as the 1600s with slavery, right? Mm-hmm. So in order to fix a problem like this, I saw something, like, super interesting. So y'all remember around, like, slavery times, all of a sudden Emancipation Proclamation comes about, our people are free, right? I saw a little known fact, and it was about one of the reasons was because white people mobilized, and they gave an example of, in, like, Louisiana and, New Orleans, that area, there's a lot of mixing, there's a lot of, like, Black and white mixed. Right. So what happened was a lot of people started being Black mixed, but more so like, oh, I'm only a quarter Black. Like, basically, I don't have much Black in me. But in that time, the 1 drop rule, you got 1 drop of Black in you, you're Black. So now you have a society of white looking people who have to, like, who are under the laws of, like, slavery, or who are getting treated like Black people. And I remember reading the story that these people were like, white people will come visit and they'd be like, why are y'all treating these white people like Black people? Right. And then it was like, oh, because they're a quarter Black, oh my gosh, like, we shouldn't be treating them like this. So it looked different to them, because now you're treating white people the way you treat Black people. So now these white people just felt uncomfortable, like, yo, we got to fix this. And that was part of the reason that, things changed during the slavery era. And I was like, that is so interesting. But I say that to say, it's almost like now, like, it's only going to change if white people go, this is uncomfortable for me. Like, there's somebody that is, if God forbid, a white boy, something like this happens, they're up in arms, right? So It's like, it has to happen to the point where you feel like it affects you personally, someone who looks like you. Right. You know what I mean? And then there's going to be change. And it's so sad that that's the way it got to be. But look, as long as we have some white brothers and sisters as allies who are really, like, willing to go in the trenches and, like, fight for this, I feel like it will change. But we need a lot of those.
No, I definitely see that. I see a lot of white people now, like, now that they're able to see it, like, damn, you see this guy, dying. You get to see catch these, these murders, these uncensored murders on film now and the internet. I mean, it has to hit home somewhere for somebody. Some white man has to say, damn, that shit ain't right,
I mean, there's some out there that's protesting and stuff as well. So, I mean, can't say all white people, because
no, not all. Never all white people, but you know what I mean. Never all bad cops either. So
right.
But no, it's to the point where it's you don't try to see it, and it's there. On Instagram, you see it. Our news becomes their news, because they get to see they get to see this stuff, and it's sad. I don't care. You got to have a heart somewhere. This shit is sad. That is sad. To see this man. these guys, I get it. You commit a crime, take them to jail. They're not even making it to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not even making it to jail.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, but hopefully, this it's sad to say. Hopefully, this one makes a difference. You know what I mean? Because there's so many more, but hopefully, this does something. These people are tearing up their cities and they're angry. So, I mean, let's get the right people to make the right actions happen.
And vote. I think that's on us. I know so many people who are like, I'm not registered to vote. I'm not voting. It doesn't make a difference. I'm like, okay, but then you complain when these people make laws that you don't agree with.
That is so crazy to me. I go out and vote. I just had a girl on my live the other day. I don't think my vote matters, but Donald Trump. Yo, go vote.
I mean, there's a lot of people that really do feel like they vote really don't matter. It's just because it's all politics.
But if you don't vote, then you really don't have a say.
Say so. Yeah, no, I get it. Mm-hmm.
You gotta go vote. Yeah. Go get out there and vote. Even if you feel if it makes that much of a difference, go vote. Or just to say, yo, I did my part. I tried. You know what I mean? Vote. Get out there and vote.
Yeah. Yes. So let's talk about you guys right now. I love the fact that both of you are boxers. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Tom being a female boxer. Tell me how you guys met, because you guys have been together like 5-6 years. Tell me how you guys met.
Okay, so I moved out here, and I started going to the gym, and we was friends. Like, I seen him. Actually, he was kind of talking to one of my homegirls first. Well, it wasn't really talking. It wasn't really no talking. It was just more of like, they got each other number and stuff like that. So, I just, stayed back. And I didn't want to talk to anybody like that. So, honestly, I had told everybody in the gym I was gay. So, like none of the guys, so they wouldn't try to talk to me and stuff, because I know how that is. They be like, oh, let's see, it's the new girl in the gym. So, other than that, we started being cool as friends, and
I'm gonna just let you get your version.
One thing led to another, so we end up.
All right.
Oh my God!
So this is what it was. she came down to the gym or whatever, right? And back then, Marisa knows, like
I'm just listening.
Listen, like,
no, girl, put your.
I just like women. That's all I was about. So, I don't think I was at the gym the first day you came. I was at the gym the second day you came. So when I got to the gym, I'm in the locker room changing. Everybody like, yo, you see the girl at the gym or whatever. I'm like, who? So I come out, I see her. I don't know. I think we started talking a little bit, chit-chatting. And we became cool. You know what I mean? Like, we was just cool. Like, she was cool. Hearing where she was from and everything like that. So we played this cool role for so long, right?
Played.
I mean, yeah, we were cool. We were friends, right?
Yeah.
So after a while, we started hanging out, like going to the club together, and that's just how it really ended up. I get
Tom's face.
What I want. I get what I want.
No, I get what I want.
I want. So
that's why he here.
So I already knew, like, yo, I'm gonna get her. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
So you put all the girls to the side and was like, I'm gonna be this.
Not necessarily.
Yes, you did. You see where you at right now. Out of all the girls,
it took some time.
That's
good.
It took some time, and so then finally I was like, you know what? It was really our kid. Well, she's not my biological daughter, but it was really my daughter. It was the relationship we had. How she looked at me. How it was a different feeling. I used to be like, yo, I don't want to mess with no girl with no kids. I ain't got no kids. I wanted to be her first, my first, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It was like that. But this kid, Summer, was like, I was dad before I realized I was dad. You feel me? In her
So
eyes.
I have a little story. Because I used to work for Jay Leon, and he had a fight. Fast forward, he was at the hospital. But I saw this little girl, right? And she ran to the ring, like she was bawling, crying. Like I knew who Ton was, but I didn't know who her daughter was. Mm-hmm. And this little girl was like literally like this was her dad. Like he was hurt, like so much emotions. And then I seen her at the hospital, like run to him and just be so like daddy. And I was just like, wait. At first I was like, wait, is this his kid?
Yeah.
No lie in my head. I'm like, did he not tell me this? Like I would have thought he would have told me if he had a kid. But just that bond, just seeing that when you were hurt and her just thinking like you weren't okay. It was just so heart-filling.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. But Ton, when did you like feel like it was the right time to introduce Summer to Jay Leon? And did you have any reservations, with how he had things going on over there? Like, when did you feel it was comfortable?
Honestly, when I moved here, Summer wasn't with me because, I let her stay in Atlanta with her brothers and sisters for a while. And why I got my stuff together. So right. She wasn't here for about a year. So me and him has already, got close as friends and everything like that. And then she came and, I was like, you want, meet Summer. So that's pretty much how.
Yeah, I know about her, and I've seen her and talked to her on like the phone and stuff like that. But so I knew about her. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? You know that it's a package deal. You feel me? It ain't like I'm gonna deal with the mom and not deal with the daughter, right?
Yeah.
So I was just up for it, beautiful kid, so smart, even now, smart as ever. I think we're closer than we ever been now. You know what I mean? Because now I have my own kids, so I got a different understanding. I used to get mad. She's like, my baby. I was like, that's my baby too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't understand. So now, like with True, I'll be like, yo, make sure my son got his shoes tied or something, whatever I said. But I'm
he used to literally get mad.
I did. I used to
mad. I used to be like, that's just how you express it. Like, can you get my son? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, it's just, that's the way it come out. And he's like, what you mean, my son? This is my son too. I used to be like, whoa, relax, sir. I'm just saying. Like,
so I get it now. I didn't have kids coming in, so I never really. I mean, I've been around kids, and but I never really knew what it was to be a parent or any type of thing around a kid besides to here's your kid back. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But now it's different. I understand from a mother's point of view how they feel. I'll never be a mother, but I'm a parent, so I understand. And then, from the dad point of view, like, yo, like, Summer can show me a picture not too long ago, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Right? And blow it off. And she'd be like, you're not interested. Like, you're not, you know what I mean?
How would you out?
Yeah, like, you're not interested in what I'm doing.
Like, you're mean.
Yeah, I'm like, what do I do? But now I understand, like, how. Yeah, now I watch it and I'm into it. I'm like, oh, okay. So why did you draw that? What made you do this? Oh, well, it's because of this cat is a powerful cat. And even though it's way out of my element, I'm into it. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, I get it now. So that's like the thing. I'm just learning more. I'm learning on the job. But now I have my own kid. The love for my kids is so outrageous. It's crazy. So I don't know. It's being a parent is, we superheroes, man. That's real, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? That's Jaylee. I'm glad you say that because I feel like there's a lot of single women who have kids and feel like, oh, it's going to be so hard for me to find a man who will accept me and my child. And like, the reason you could accept Tom's child is because you had the heart for it. Like your heart was just set up to, bring this beautiful child into your life, and now she's yours too. And like when I hear that, it makes my heart smile because I I'm engaged and my fiance has 2 older sons. So we have a blended family as well, you know, and going into it, I'm like, yo, yeah, and his sons are older, like 20, 22 and 16 now. So I was like, oh, we got like old kids. And so I'm like, what am I supposed, like, at that point I hadn't had a baby. So I was just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, how do I interact with them? Right. And like, they're old enough to where it's like, okay, even though I'm technically a parent, like, because of our relationship, I get to be the cool parent. Like, I get to be.
Matter of fact, you might as well go grab him.
All right. Be back, guys.
Yeah, grab your baby. You want to see him. But no, that's just a real awesome thing that you've done. And I love seeing blended families, blended Black families. Just.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It's cool. Like, I got kids. You know what I mean? Like,
isn't that crazy?
This is your first kid? I'm like, oh no, it's my second. It's my second.
That's how. See, and
I got a daughter. Oh, how does your daughter? Oh, she's 10. The people looking at me like, I'd be like even my extended family. I'm like, you got a daughter? Like, when did this happen?
Like, when that happened?
But you know what, Jalen? When she gets older, she is gonna be like, yo, my dad loves me. Like, he never acted like he wasn't my dad. Like,
oh yeah, no, I don't play that. No.
See, I love that.
I'm daddy for sure. I'm always be daddy. And know who your daddy is. Your daddy.
Oh, hi, true love.
Say hi.
Say hi.
I love his name, True Love.
That for those who can't see us, they brought their beautiful baby boy.
Say hi.
Look at him.
Say hi.
He's so big.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So you guys are both boxers. What are the pros and cons of being in a relationship with someone that shares the same profession as you?
I feel like it is great. For me as a woman, it's understanding for me because, say for instance, before him and I was dealing with someone, they really didn't get it because I was around guys all the time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, oh, you're messing with that person, you're messing with that person. I'm like, yo, no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get it because you in a male dominant sport. So it's kind of cool to have someone get it. Like, you know, so it's pretty cool.
No, same, vice versa. Like, you know, a woman doesn't understand certain things outside of boxing. You know, so yeah,
like the training and the food and
everything you got to put into it because this is a really, really, really hard sport. What's up, man? What you gonna do? So there it goes. It's feeding time. Yeah. So no, it's cool because she understands. Only thing is like my career is far. Like I've really done a lot in my career, and you know, being a woman, you know, it's a lot harder for women than it is than men. So like me trying to explain certain things, I think coming from her boyfriend, listening to me like John the trainer can say, yo, Tom, you need to run more. If I say, if Jay Leon, the boyfriend says, hey, Tom, you need to run more.
No. That is not. That's how he look at things, but that's not. I feel like he don't have patience for me. I feel like he expect me to get something the way he want me to get it, and like I'm one of those people. Like I can do something over and over and over and over before I actually take it all in.
Right.
You know, but like I tell him, I respect his knowledge for boxing because he knows a lot. Like he sees it before it happens. Like, and I tell him that all the time. Like, I love that you train me. I know you know what you're doing, you know, and stuff like that. But he needs to learn patience for me. Like,
it's hard though because this is
he knows that. So
it's not tennis. It's not baseball. It's not women's basketball. It's boxing, where you can lose your life with one punch. So I think I'm so into it and I know what it can do to you. You know what I mean? This boxing takes days off your life, months off your life. So I'm really serious when it comes to boxing, and I'm hard. Like, not just on her. Like, I got a friend that boxes, and I train him, and I'm tough. Like, he be he be looking at me like, yo, chill, like, you know, relax, Jay. I'm your friend, but I'm like, ain't no friends in. You know what I mean? Like, you can get hurt doing this for real. So.
Is it hard to watch you guys both get hit? Like, I know for me, the first time I ever saw a boxing match, I was about to throw up just watching the contact and the blood and the sweat, and it's a lot.
It's definitely it's far easier for him to see me get hit, but when I watch him, because I know like the power from guys, like it's just different. Yeah. So like watching him get hit is like it cringes me. Like, oh my God, like I can't take it. Like I don't like the look at all. You know, especially in a real fight, because you just never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like crying. I'm excited. There's just so many emotions when it comes to watching him fight.
I applaud you both. I love boxing. Like, as for fitness, it is the best way to go. I love it. I got my boxing gloves.
Right.
You know, I love boxing. But the one thing, like, I remember, because when I used to live in Vegas, matter of fact, I was training like for real. Like, I was about to be a boxer, but I wasn't. Right. But I was training like I was. And I remember, like, one of the trainers was like, why don't you do this like professional? You should like try. And I said, bruh, I can't imagine hitting somebody and them hitting me in the head. Like, I can't do that for real. So I applaud y'all, because this is a tough profession, like physically, mentally, everything.
Yeah, it is.
It's definitely tough. It's on a whole nother level. I'd be like, this is what I chose. I chose boxing. Oh, okay.
And I think like who you guys are represented by, you know, there's so much spotlight in that and expectation, I would say. Just being around all that, it just puts another layer of pressure, you know.
That's why you gotta separate it. Like, you know, I used to be all into the spotlight and all that stuff, right?
I know.
But not. I mean, like, I used to have to look at it like, yo, you know, I'm associated with whoever I'm associated with.
Yeah.
I gotta build my own legacy. I gotta build my own. So I had to separate myself from that. You know what I mean? It's all good, especially when you're young. You don't really think of it that way. But I caught on, like, yo, what are you gonna do? If it all ended today, what do you have after this? So I started building a business and different things like that, you know?
Let's talk about that, because look what I got. Okay. You guys. Okay, so for my birthday, I love hookah, and for my birthday, my fiance bought me a hookah so we could have it at home. And Marisa was like, I'm gonna get you something. And I got a package full of these. I was like, what is this? Yeah. And I have never had the little hookah. What is this stick called? The little hookah mouthpiece?
Oh,
it's tip. Hookah tip. Yeah, hookah tip.
It's a tip. Yes, a hookah tip that has candy on it, y'all. This is amazing. You guys have a business called Sweet Tips, which is basically just the tips for hookah that have candy at the end, different flavors. I love them. Okay. I become a little herbal hookah in there, and every different flavor just makes it taste a little bit different. And then next thing you know, I was just eating it like a lollipop. I was like, oh, I'm doing
yeah.
But talk to us about Sweet Tips. What made you? This is a very I've never heard of anybody saying I'm gonna make tips for hookah as a business. What made you guys get into it?
I was in Atlanta. I think I met my mom at a hookah lounge. I was in Atlanta. And
your mom?
Yeah, I met my mom in a hookah lounge. She actually lives in Savannah. Mm-hmm. So she came over to Georgia, where we went to a game, and then we went to a hookah lounge afterwards, right?
Oh my God.
And so I don't know. The day had went by, and I woke, and I had a dream that exact rapper, like that exact image and face and the whole everything. It was, the rappers were all over Live and I don't know, it just kind of fast forward. They were all over the place on the floor, hookah lounges. So I screenshotted it in my head and woke up, sent it in a group, when I got back here, like when I got back to Vegas, Ty helped me, and we started trying to make it. It's been 5 years before we can actually launch it to make it perfect, and that's where it started. Now we got it. It's moving. We in London. We're in Vegas. We're all over the place. We going every day. So we're shipping off to a new place. So yeah, we getting better.
Dope. How'd y'all come up with these flavors? Because there's green apple, mint, pineapple, blueberry, grape. I'm probably missing a couple, but how did y'all come up with these flavors? And then were you like in the kitchen cooking it up?
No, that's the one right there.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to do all type of flavors. Like I'm doing mystery flavors. I'm doing red, white, and blue ones for 4th of July, chocolate, caramel, all that. I just want it to be fun, like, you know, have lots of flavor. So yeah, I just work on it and perfect it. I went to a confectionist and a confectionery in Boston, and she pretty much just, you know, gave me the ones and twos about it. So I'm just like, okay, I could do this. Like, you know, this is pretty cool. So yeah, just
and it costs a lot of money to do this.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Man,
I ain't gonna lie, I can spend some money on some stuff that I like. Spending like seeing 16,000 just leave and go is like
because we wanted it to be perfect. Like, you know, if our name is on, we want it to be the top brand, like, you know. So we just spent so much time on it and just trying to make it perfect, give people ideas, honest opinions, and everything about it as we went along. So it kind of took a lot of time.
Yeah. But we here, we got it, we launched it, it's popping. I mean, we got emails from all over the place. I gotta email people back every day. Hey, we want this here in Michigan, we want this here in New York. You know, even during the pandemic, we've still been winning. Like
that's because everybody's smoking.
Yeah, people at home.
I know. I told you I didn't have no hookah before this pandemic.
Yeah. So like that's what it is. We winning it. We just running it up. That's what I like. So we running it up.
I'm really proud of you guys.
Yeah,
I just feel like I've seen you guys like grow so much, and I don't even know how many years, 5, 6 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And
no,
it's
we
like
really have, and that's so crazy because I was telling him last night, like, you know, I just admire him, like, adjusting to my humor, because at first I could be like, he could tell me something, and I'd be like, shut up. He'd be like, what you mean shut up? I'm telling you something. I'm like, yo, shut up is just a figure of speech. Like, that's just like who I am. That's my humor. So I'm like, I'm glad he grown from being so angry.
Mean.
Like, I'm
just
like,
mean.
Relax, sir. Like,
I'm not really that mean.
I mean, you showed some mean sides.
Yeah, he definitely have a handful of that in him. So,
but I think that he learns from the women in his life, and
yeah, he definitely got better.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, y'all. So, give us some information. Where can people get Sweet Tips? Sorry, I was like, this is so good.
She said, "I'm about to eat this like a lollipop."
I was looking at them. I was like, which flavor I'm gonna eat today?
We got Sweet Tips hookah on Instagram. You know, you can hit any link on my Instagram, and then we have the web page where you can just go order, and that's sweet-tips.com. Yeah, we got so much more to come. We're eco-friendly. You know, we use all kosher products, so there's no allergens or preservatives. We just try to keep it be a lot more different. We even ventured off into the cannabis side as well, in the CBD side with it. So we just really growing fast. So just looking forward to being the best hookah tip product out there in the whole world.
Yes, well, y'all got my vote. I'm gonna Tom, this green apple, it tastes better than like a Jolly Rancher green apple. Not even lying.
Awesome.
Not lying. This is way better.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Before we get out of here, we always want to leave you with some inspiration for you to remember that you are fine, just not physically, both mentally and spiritually. This segment is called I'm Fine. And today I have, you will never look back and think I spent too much time with my kids. And I think in this whole pandemic, we're all at home. I have 2 kids as well. Mm-hmm. And sometimes, get frustrated and, we want to be doing other things, but there's these moments where I can see like their growth and I can see how much time, especially the 2-year-old, like loves to be with us. Right. And I know it was something like I wanted as a kid, just to like spend time with my parents. Yeah. And so, I just think that this is a blessing in disguise, and to remember that, the time that we have is precious, and one day they'll be looking at us old and gone and not wanting to hang out with us.
Right.
Yeah. No doubt. Right. But shout out to both of y'all, man.
Yes.
Listen, Marisa, I've been knowing you for years, and you always
don't make me cry.
You always got something up your sleeve. You know what I'm saying? So
I know.
Congrats to you. Congrats to both of y'all on this podcast. It's dope. I was excited. I'm late. I'm normally way later than I was today.
I know.
I got 2 stuff over here. Come here, man. Yeah, so I appreciate y'all. Thanks for letting us on and checking us out. And I wish y'all nothing but the best, man. Keep going.
Thank you so much, man.
It's shining the light on the mommy life.
Yeah, that's dope. I like where y'all going with it. It's different.
Thank you.
I love the mommy life thing because a lot of people really don't get it. Like how, you have to be headstrong for this, Like, it's a lot. Definitely a lot. And now we doing everything. Working, taking care of home, feeding the home, everything. So it's just, it can be definitely stressful at times. And a lot of men don't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't even last a minute in our shoes.
Girl, say it again. Right. Say it louder.
It would not last a minute. They get so frustrated, but they act like they got it all together. But it's definitely hard, and it's great that you guys are shining the light on this, and so people can kind of listen and really get a better understanding on how we move. And how
thank you so much.
So
I appreciate it. Thank you
guys.
I appreciate you guys.
Yes. Thank you, Jillian. Thank you, Ton, for joining us and just blessing us with your time. You guys, thank you also, listeners and viewers, for taking a break with us. We definitely hope you'll join us next week because we have so many lit mommy and daddy guests that will be coming up on this show. Make sure you follow our guests. Where can they follow y'all on social media?
Okay, no doubt.
Jayleon Love.
Yeah, you talking about no doubt.
I had to put on word party. Sorry.
Find me at Latondria Jones. It's my first and last name.
Okay.
You can find me at Jayleon Love, JLEONLOVE.
And what about Sweet Tips?
Sweet Tips Hookah on Instagram. And
come here, Halo. I hear you.
Sweet Tips.
Sweet Tips. Yeah.
Oh, there goes the baby.
Yeah.
Hi, Halo. Want to say hi? Yeah. Okay, you're here. Come on, we gotta say bye.
Bye. Say bye. Say hi.
Now you're gonna make me go wake up my child and be like,
oh no,
So I put on makeup today, and I have pink glitter in my hair.
Oh. That is so.
You want to say bye to everyone? Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next time on Mommy Needs. Bye.